everybody, welcome back to my channel, Fixing It Up with Sandra. In case you're new here, I'm Sandra, and today we're going to be doing one of my favorite products. Let me preface that by saying this is also one of my most temperamental, I think that's the right word, temperamental product that I make. I am using a brand new recipe that is not my own. I got it from Wholesale Supply Plus, and that's where I got most of the ingredients. And so I'm gonna see how this recipe works out, and you're gonna see right along with me. And I'm gonna talk about a couple of things and what my experience has been using the foaming sugar scrub base from Wholesale Supply Plus. So what we're going to do, and I am going to glance over the ingredients or the directions. Now, here's what I have been using for years. Okay, it is and I'm sorry guys, my wrist has really been acting up, my carpal tunnel, so I can't like extend, but I'm gonna try my best to like show you this. It is the Crafter's Choice Foaming Bath Whip. It says traditional. This is what I have been using for years when it comes to making my foaming sugar scrubs. I get all kinds of compliments on it, and I have tried several different ways to use it. I've added, hemp seed oil, shea butter to it. Looking over here to see what else I have, jojoba oil. I've added a few different things to this product over time. I do have to say, when you purchase this product, please, please, please don't just buy it and then check out. Go to the question section where this product, for this product. It'll have a bunch of information on there that you might not just see in like the general like description of this. A lot of people will talk about their experience, like what worked best for them, and also read up on the way that this needs to be used. Now, we're going to use it according to this recipe from Wholesale Supply Plus, but on their website, under like the listing of this, it says when you initially get it, put it in your mixer or use a hand mixer for 10 minutes straight. You're just gonna whip it until it's light and frothy and fluffy. And that's my favorite part. I wanted like a really fluffy bath whip. And I would say more times than not, when I would add like my oils or my additives, even though it says like you can add up to 3%, that includes the fragrance oil. Sometimes it would deflate. Sometimes it would, sometimes it wouldn't. So I'm almost gonna say like I have a love-hate relationship with this. So anyways, what we're gonna do, we're gonna just use Wholesale Supplies Plus recipe that they have listed on their website that anybody can have access to. And it's just like their most simple and basic recipe. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be adding soap to this, the clear melt and pour soap. That's what I already have melted right here. I've been letting it cool off because it just says add the soap. It doesn't say like let it get to a certain degree, but I'll definitely take the temperature before I pour it just for you guys to know. But in the meantime, we are going to add, let's see, it says while soap melts, we're going to add our glycerin. So we're going to, in our mixing bowl, we're going to add some glycerin to this. And just going to slowly add this. The melt and pour soap already has glycerin in it, but we're going to add some more. All right, there we go. Okay, and then add Okay, so let me grab a thermometer so I can tell you exactly what the temperature is of the melt and pour soap. So give me just one moment, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my thermometer and we're gonna go ahead and check our temperature. It's already starting to form a skin, so it's starting to cool. All right, just so you know, we are at about 110 degrees is what we're at. So we're gonna do what this recipe says. We're gonna add our soap to the glycerin. All right. And you're gonna see a lot of steam. It is a crisp 58 degrees in my office. Whew, it is chilly here where I'm at. And so I like to make sure that I get every bit of ingredient. Y'all know how much this stuff costs to buy. So, all right. So it says we're gonna just pop this in our mixer, or pop this onto our mixing stand, and this bowl is cold as well. All right. Oh, bring this up here. Turn this baby on. We're gonna turn it on low. There we go. All right, now we're gonna measure out our foaming sugar scrub, or our foaming scrub. Okay, I do want to say this. This is how it looks when you first scoop it out or whatnot. This will turn into, if you're someone who has ever made like meringue or whipped cream, it will get nice and fluffy. So we're just going to go ahead and add this all to our base, or to our soap and glycerin mixture. I am incredibly curious to how this is going to turn out. Okay. Let's pray for fluffy whipped soap. This might take a minute, so I'm going to pause and then I'll be right back. Okay, so here we go. We have our nice like marshmallow fluff texture. It says we're going to add our sugar to this. So I get this sugar, this cane sugar from Costco. So we're just going to go ahead and add this in, and we're just going to let it mix on low until it's thoroughly mixed. I'm actually going to split this batch in half because I want to do 2 different fragrances. So let's let this mix, and then we'll start to add our fragrance and color. All right, so I got it all whipped and divided because I remember, like I said, I was going to do 2 batches. I have these 8-ounce plastic containers that I get from Amazon. Now, let me say this, because depending on how this whips up, either it's going to be light, and the only other word that comes to my mind is like frothy. It's going to be light and fluffy and frothy and all the things. And so when it's like that, the amount, like the weight that you get in here will be different compared to this, which is very, I can feel it. It's very heavy. It's very solid. So when you make your labels, and this is what I was like, so it's not really 7 ounces that I can fit in there, depending on, like I said, how heavy this recipe comes out. So I haven't had my fragrance oils yet, but because this is not like the fluffy type of bath whip that I'm typically wanting to go for, I don't think it'll like deflate because it's not even like, you know, poofy. I do have to say that this recipe's okay. I might try it one more time, but it's, like I said, it's just not the really fluffiness that I'm looking for. So anyways, I'm not going to say, because the foaming bath whip, the base in itself, I absolutely love. So I don't think you can go wrong. It's just how you want it to look. And then like what oils you want to add, up to 3%. So we're just going to add fragrance oil today to this. Oh, I have to measure the fragrance oil, not the bowl. Okay, so, and then we're going to add a little bit of color. This is Bite Me. I get it from Sierra Candle and Soap Making Supply. This is one of my all-time biggest sellers when it comes to fragrance. It is huge. It is crazy popular. So I use it for absolutely everything. And this little whisk is like the engine that could right now, because this is so thick. Actually, see if I can kind of clean this whisk off and use my other one. But yeah, if you are into like cherry slushy kind of fragrance, then this is going to be right up your alley. It's not my fave, but that's okay. It's everybody else's. So that's all that matters. Okay, there we go. So I got, like I said, I got this right here divided. And so we'll see how many I get out. I was hoping to get 3, and I'm actually going to add some dye from Fizz Fairy. This is a company out of Canada. Sorry guys, this is a company out of Canada that I absolutely love. A little goes a long way with their dyes. So, I mean, I just put in a smidgen of color. And I just want to see, and these give like potent, bright colors. Okay, we're getting pink. I love it. And I don't want to do dual colors, especially because it was just a new recipe. So I just wanted to stick with one color. A lot of times, like I'll do the double colors and it'll look so pretty when you scoop it into the jar or squeeze it into the jar. All right. All right, this is looking really good. All right. We're going to scoop it into our jars. And I'm, like I said, I'm such a stickler for getting every bit of product off. Tap this all out, get every bit. Okay. There we go. I think I got every single bit. Let me just go ahead and replace this glove. All right. Okay, let's put this up there. And, all right, so I just scoop. I used to do bags, and I felt like it was just so messy compared to like how I can just scoop into these. So, and then I clean up the edges. All right, got a little bit of dye down there. I want to mix that in really well. Like I said, I didn't even put in 1/4 teaspoon. It was like just a sprinkle of coloring. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I get all the air pockets out. All right. Okay, so this is showing 8.9. So I love that. Okay. And my customers will too, because they're going to get a lot of product. So we're going to do a couple of these. I think I might end up with one for myself. So So yeah, I'm super excited. And like I said, this is a recipe anybody can access. I will put the link in the description box. If this is something that you are wanting to make, but you're like, I don't know how. Again, this foaming base is incredible. I can't say anything bad about it. I really like it. And then you can just, you know, start out with the traditional base. I recommend that you do like your own little experiment, not experiment, but also test out how it looks when it says, you know, like run for 10 minutes, either with a hand mixer or in the mixer itself, because you'll see just how fluffy this can get. So I would, and then you'll see what happens if it deflates, which I hope it does not. But like I said, it has happened to me. So don't get too disappointed. Just make sure you're not using more than 3%. And so, all right, so I got 2 and, all right, I think I'm gonna get 2.5, and that's okay because again, I do love handing out samples at my shop. Like I said, this is also one of my favorite products for me to use in the bath and in the showers. So even though it's not my favorite fragrance, I'll probably gift this one to somebody. All right. But yeah, I'm not mad about this, and I can't wait to see how this performs since now we've got the added soap in here. That'll definitely be interesting to see how it really foams up, you know, and that's the part that I'm really curious about. So I will probably demonstrate that at the end of this video so you can see how this performs and if it's something that looks right up your alley. So, all right, so we got 2 and a smidgen. All right, and this will be, like I said, this will be mine. All right, there we go. Just a tiny bit left over. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this one out of the way. And now I forgot which other, oh, this is another wonderful fragrance, very girly. It's called Ed Hardy for Women. And I have never tried an Ed Hardy perfume or anything like that. And when I smelled this, I was like, oh my gosh, I really love it. And it's, again, one of the most popular fragrances that I sell in the store. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this one orange. And again, not even a quarter, or maybe just a little bit. Okay. And put that in there and we're going to mix this up. Actually, we're going to use my whisk for the handheld mixer, which would probably have been easier if I just turned that on to begin with. All right, this is going to be a really pretty orange, not super, oh gosh, it smells so good. And like I said, this is really thick. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more dye. I always like to go light when I use the Fizz Fairy dyes and Lakes. There's Lakes dyes, and then there's like a blend, because like I'm saying, a little goes a long way. If you've never tried Fizz Fairy colors, man, I highly recommend them. Like I said, they are from Canada. They do ship to the US, and so they're amazing. You will get brilliant, brilliant colors. And so, like I said, I started off small. Oh, my little heater's on. I was like, what is that noise? Because if you use too much of this, it can stain, and I'm telling you right now, that would be mortifying. If somebody came to me and was like, you know, I'm all blue because of I use your product. So yeah. All right. Now let's go ahead and get this jarred. Whew. I'm telling you, that gives you a workout for sure. All right, now. And this stuff, I can never make this and then have like a clean space. I always make a huge mess when I'm doing foaming sugar scrubs. It's just everywhere. I am not that, what is it? Neat when it comes to this product. All right. Get that in there. Tap out all the air bubbles. I'm just checking out the ounces on this that I've got in here to make sure that all of my product has the same. Perfect. Just a tad bit more. There we go. And then we'll clean up the sides in just a minute. Get our second one going. And then I'll actually, with this one, I know I have smaller jars somewhere because I can do foaming, or not foaming. I do lip scrubs, but I haven't done them in so long. So I have like little jars, and they'll be cute to do like a little basket, especially with the holidays coming up, of the foaming sugar scrub. All right. Here we go. Perfect. All right. And you can always add like a little topping to this if you want. Just gonna go ahead and kind of smooth that one out. All right, make this one just as pretty. Get that all off the edge, and then just smooth it out. And I do have like one, I guess you can say, tip. I used to not seal them. I just would close them, you know, and I wouldn't have them sealed. And people would come into my shop and want to smell them again, like anybody else would. I would want to smell it. But what happened a lot of the times, people were opening them and then they were like, oh, and not paying attention. And so they would accidentally like boop their nose into the foaming sugar scrubs. And then I would have to pull it from the shelf. You know, I can't sell it once somebody's nose hit the thing. And then also, you know, like sometimes, you know, I could tell it was a complete accident. Some would purchase it, you know, they'd be like, you know, I'm so sorry or whatever, you know. But I highly recommend that if you are doing this for the public, you have a storefront like I do, that you just take a bit of tape, seal it, because I'm telling you what, after like the 4th or 5th time that it happens and you're having to like kind of eat it and, you know, or the person doesn't, you know, buy or whatever, you know, you'll be like, okay, I'm not going to do that. And so I'm just very descriptive. And then I also use like this fragrance in a body spray. So I'm like, oh, you know, smell the body spray because it smells just like it, you know, or whatever. Or I have a wax melt that is made with the same fragrance oil. And so that's how I can, or just have like a tiny little sample set out. But yeah, that's just one tip if you happen to have a storefront, because yeah, that is not fun. So, and now I just watch people all day long constantly trying to like turn it open. I'm like, nope, they don't open unless you buy it. So anyways, here we go. Let me grab a paper towel before I have to change my glove again. Okay, so I ended up with 2 full size, and I know I can make an adjustment to actually not have any waste, or, you know, have the exact amount, you know, because on Wholesale Supply Plus, they also have calculators of, you can do with percentages, or like if you have a recipe and you want to figure out how to make it, my cat, or you can like how much you want per. So like, you know, if I know that I want this to be 8.9 ounces, I can adjust and whatnot. But this was simply just trying exactly what they told us to do, or tells us all to do. And I wanted to see how this would work for my containers, how much weight would actually, and like I said, these are heavy, like how much weight would actually go into this, how much would I have left over, would it fill 3? There's a lot of that questions that I had when I saw this formula. And I am going to do a oh my gosh, my brain. I am going to do a demonstration of the Bite Me, this little pink one right here. I will show you guys how it works, because I am, like I said, curious about after adding soap, which I have never done before. But yeah, I want to see how this performs. So we'll do the demonstration, and then yeah, get these two to my shop and on the shelves. And yeah, depending on how it performs and what customers say, I may or may not keep this recipe. I might go back to what I was doing before, and just constantly working with this. And like I said, this is one of the products that I'm just like, oh, it's like my my nemesis. So anyways, all right, let's get that demonstration done and see how this works. All right, guys, so we're in my bathroom. I've got my foaming sugar scrub right here. I'm just gonna take a little bit, probably like half a teaspoon. All right. I just want to feel how it feels. I do like the thickness of this. I really do. A little bit of product definitely goes a long way. All right. Just going to work it on my hands, and I've got warm water right there. Okay. It is creating a really nice lather. You can see that. Like I said, I just used a tiny bit, and this is definitely a generous amount for my hands. So, you know, this will probably be something that somebody can use. Like, wow, look at that. And you definitely feel the sugar crystals exfoliating. Okay, so yeah, I really like how this is building this beautiful lather. Okay, I think, yeah. All right. I'm actually really impressed with how much, like, you can definitely like do your whole body with a very small amount because of this lather. And like I said, this does make your skin feel really soft, and with the sugar crystals exfoliating, I really do love this. All right, my little cat is right over there. She loves being in the bathroom. All right. My hands do feel really nice. So yeah, I think this actually might be a winner based on how it just performed with that little bit. All right, guys, what did you think of how it performed? So have you guys used this foaming sugar scrub? I'm super curious to what your thoughts are. If you have used this before, does it deflate on you when you add certain oils to it? I'm always like reading all of the comments. I definitely go back time and time again to the website, to Wholesale Supply Plus, and read any new questions, comments, all of that, because I'm always so curious to what other people have to say about this product. But I really like this. I think this recipe might stick around for a while. I definitely want to add maybe like shea butter or jojoba oil. Those are two of my favorite things to have in a skin product. So I'm probably going to work the formula just a little bit to where I can like maybe lessen the fragrance and add that, because like I said before, it recommends that you use no more than 3% of your total additives to this base. So yeah, so I'm super curious, and I will be talking more about this foaming sugar scrub, this recipe, my thoughts, and how I'm going to adjust the recipe to work to make the perfect amount. And let me just say, I am not a math person. I have so many multiple different pieces of paper because I'm always scratching things out. So it'll be interesting to see how I can figure all this out. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you want this recipe, I'll have it linked in the description box below. It is not my recipe. This is strictly from Wholesale Supply Plus. Like I said, I'm going to tweak it, maybe add a little shea butter or jojoba oil to it, and then we'll revisit this this kind of tutorial again. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up and then check out the description box below. My Patreon information will be below to where you can find extra information about the foaming sugar scrubs and yeah, everything else. So thank you guys again. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night.